17 minutes. Robin, it's all yours, and I'm sorry I talk so much, but that's who I am, I guess.
Marty, this is so wonderful. Hello, everybody. What a beautiful Saturday we have here in Toronto. Sky is clear, sun is shining, and I'm here with all of you and with Marty. Thank you so much, Marty, for inviting me to do this with you. We always have so much fun, and the topics of conversation just run the gamut. We go across the screens, across the boards, through conversations that we've had throughout the week, as well as to what we've heard from other people on different webinars and different platforms. And when we do these types of webinars, we're pulling information together so that where there are challenges, we're hitting the nail on the head to help you understand, to help diffuse the energy that surrounds them, and to bring you continued truth with integrity about what this incredible company is all about and what we have within OnPassive. Everything Marty said, I 1000% agree and concur. We are so fortunate, and many of you know me from different aspects of my background, but I was involved with many different businesses, many that I had researched and found to have good products that I believed in. I found out their integrity and base, but I could not succeed in them. I could not do that. And so when I was introduced to OnPassive, yes, it took me a moment to think about it, to choose and to decide to join. But once I was in, I was all in, and I have never looked back. So this is something so exciting. And if you're in positions or in other businesses whereby you are wondering what you should do, is this something you should add? You know what? Don't think. If you want the best, if you want a company with integrity that's going to have all the products that you will be able to use, not only as a standalone business as an additional stream of income, but also to support whatever else you are doing, this is it. And I'm saying that to those who are in, but also to those of you who are watching and listening, and who are maybe deciding or talking to people who are involved already in OnPassive and wondering, how can this benefit you now? We have the luxury and the privilege of having a CEO who is heart, brain wired. And I say it deliberately like that because his whole being exudes humanitarianism. It exudes the willingness and the desire to truly enhance life and the business world and the individual's abilities to look after themselves and their families. And then when it's time and when they're ready, to give back to their communities and the world. And many, many companies have adopted this environmental support and environmental care. Some of them truly from their hearts, but not many of them have started their businesses with that intent. So Ash's mission and goal from the very beginning and vision has never wavered. It has always been to help others and to unite and also to enhance us individually and then collectively. There is no I in team, and which by definition, the most beautiful definition of team is together everyone achieves more. And OnPassive definitely is this embodiment of this version and this definition of team. But there are other meanings as well, and it gets more complicated and it gets more sometimes detrimental, sometimes more negative, because it brings up the competitiveness, it brings up the jealousies, it brings up the powers that it must be necessary to go against somebody else. And that is not OnPassive. We are not in competition with each other, nor are we in competition with anybody else. We are OnPassive, and we stand strongly and firmly as one with the wonderful knowledge that the database, that the founder membership are there with us. And this is really what I want to talk about today, because as of September 1st, the gates opened for us to be able to start receiving commissions. And we've been talking about apples in the past, and what a wonderful, wonderful time of year. This is fall that is starting, autumn, and apples are abundant in the autumn scenario. So for this timing, again, for me is very special, and I'm sure many people will see and understand the fun of what is happening now. This is where, from September 1st up until now, those founders who saw the vision, who understood what Ash was doing and what he was hoping to achieve in the world, made decisions whether to become more involved and share on passive with others, if they could or if they wanted to, or not. Nobody forced anybody to do it. Some people spoke about things that they wanted to do and suggestions were made, but ultimately the decisions to do as much or as little as you have done was yours. So then as we progressed through the month, we started to hear that people were receiving commissions. Some people celebrated this. Some other emotions started to come up, and I'll come back to that in a moment. Then we started to hear that some people had even started to withdraw and put in the withdrawal requests. And we've also heard that some people have received their cryptocurrency withdrawals now in their wallets, and we're waiting for the next steps. So this is a progress and a process that has to take place. Remember, we are still, for all intents and purposes, beta testing the financial component now of wallets. So this has to be staged. If everything was opened all at once, as we flooded the industry and flooded the financial banks and systems around the world in that first weekend of September, they were overwhelmed. So all of this now comes into staging parts whereby money is released and it is then checked. We then have to go through certain protocols for international monies, because remember, Ash has also said he wants this to be able to be commissions to be able to send to every founder, and for every founder to be able to withdraw commissions. So if there are hiccups in any of the countries, this is the time that this is also being looked at and adjusted. Now, from my perspective, I am thrilled to hear this news. I am thrilled to see people starting to get excited because they're seeing commissions in their back office, in their wallets. Unfortunately, well, no, excuse me, not unfortunately. So two things in addition to this have happened since September 1st. Founders, as they started to see things happening in the back office, especially the deposits of the 97 coin, and then other commissions if they had other people that they had shared this with, founders who had been less active or not that interested suddenly started to wake up and become a little bit more involved and ask more questions. We knew this would happen, so this is no surprise to us. And then, in addition to all of this, some very human emotions started to crop up and crop into the tapestry of what's going on in OnPassive. And while some of them are wonderful and positive and happy and joyous and successful, complimentary and that sort of thing, there's also the flip side of that coin. Jealousy, envy, regret, and anger have also started to surface. Unfortunately, I've received direct messages, as I know some other people have, about these emotions and how people are faring or not faring so well with why this and what is happening. It doesn't necessarily happen in the order I've just mentioned, but we do need to learn to manage and heal these emotions now in order to fully succeed in our OnPassive lifestyle and move forward altogether. As Marty said, we need to know, and we need to know this at a cellular level, that because we have got a position as a founder, we are in this, and we will be looked after, and we will have financial commissions put into our wallets. In our time frame, no, not at all. In the time frame of the way the system has worked and the way the algorithms are set up, absolutely. And this is something that we can look forward to. Jealousy, unfortunately, is coming up because others are actually receiving commissions. Envy is coming across as why them and not me. The regret that's showing up in people's comments and conversation is, well, maybe I should have done more. Can I do something now? Is it too late to do something now? And anger. Why not for me? I have one position. Why am I not seeing anything? I was told I would see money. First of all, celebrate the fact that you have one position. You have one account. You are in OnPassive and you will receive. Remember, this is the accountability time now. You chose how to join. You chose what to do. either through your abilities or through your inabilities, whether that was financial, whether that was fear, whether that was feeling that you didn't know how to do it, you were unaware of the possibilities, and or you didn't feel that you had enough connections to do anything. No one else decided this for you. So this is where you are sitting right now. And this is all right because you are in on passive. But you have to take account and be responsible for what you have done, what you have created, and now bring in the patience to move forward with all of this together, because it is happening and you will receive. Regret, another big one. But first, you cannot change the past. You can make changes now and moving in the future, and you again can choose. If you want to share this with other people, share it away. There are still options and possibilities for other people to join you and see the magnificence of what On Passive will offer them. We have our affiliate links. You can do this. You can talk to them. There are still webinars going on. There are still videos and lives that are done almost every single day. So it is still possible to help people see the value and the reason why we are in On Passive. But again, this is something you decide upon. Nobody is saying that you have to do this or not. Then there's jealousy and envy. Now, these are the really big ones. And this will also depend on your own life circumstances, your own life experiences. Nobody can say what is right or wrong, and there's no easy fix for these two. You must go into your dark side, and you must recognize them and accept that this is a part of you. It's a very human part. But you also don't have to stay there. You don't have to live there, and you don't have to turn the rest of your whole life into a dark cloud because of what you feel you are not getting and you feel you're being left out. Only you can love this free, and these energies need to be released so that we can move forward together. On Passive is for all of us. And we don't want to be in dark or negative energies and vibrations, because that also lowers our physical and our mental. And it has already been proven scientifically, and I'm only going to say this in the context of this, that it can also lead us to not being well. It can debilitate our own physical and mental health. So we all need to be on the same page of joy and celebration. And if we can go so far as to love and be respectful and full of integrity and support for those who have taken the steps ahead of us to start, who have also started receiving the returns of their labors. And that's what they chose to do. Many of them have got big plans of helping certain charities, certain areas of the world, certain areas in their communities, as well as their families. We don't know everybody's stories, but we need to respect some of the reasons why some people have got more than one position. No right or wrong reason for it. So we really need to know and believe and really understand once and for all, as Marty said, it's repeated over and over again, that you are in, you have a position, and everything will be shown to us in proper sequence. This is happening. So as of September 1st, the financial gates opened. Things are rolling around. We're starting to get money. We need to be patient. We need to be kind. And we need to be supportive and happy for those who are receiving. Because, you know, they will be celebrating with us. As soon as we start to receive as well, and as soon as people start to put messages out there, I've received commissions, I've withdrawn and I've received it in my bank. We're not talking about amounts. We're not talking about any figures or numbers, but we're talking about the steps that have been taken and the successes, so we can all celebrate that together. Those energies and vibrations are going to continue to carry this amazing lifestyle and wave of On Passive into the future. So be generous of spirit. Let's move forward together, and let's show the world what real support and unity is all about, so they can truly understand what On Passive is and why we were drawn to it in the first place. For many, it was the money. But if people have stayed involved in the journey and have clicked in, not even on a regular basis, but have been able to catch up and are watching and the videos and the recordings or reading the notes in the back office, let's move forward together now. This is the time to start celebrating and start to really get excited, because it is happening for all of us. Marty, thank you.